If you're watching this, you decided to make an attempt on some of the extension work, so that's great. So what I'm going to do is just go through a couple of these problems. The idea behind solving these is really the same as what we've been doing in class. There's just a few more steps involved. So I'm going to start with number 4, okay? And I think I'm going to do 2 or 3 of these problems just to kind of get you started. So let's kind of zoom in on number 4 here. Now, if you notice, number 4, there's just one variable. It's on the right side. What makes this different is I've got to do a little bit of simplifying first. So I'm going to go ahead and let's just pretend like that negative 33 isn't there. I'm just going to cross that out. And remember, at the beginning of the unit, we learned how to simplify an algebraic expression, okay, which means combining like terms. On this one, before I can do that, I need to get rid of those brackets. So I'm going to use my distribution property. So I'm going to multiply 4 times negative 5, which gives me negative 20, and then 4 times x gives me 4x, and then I've still got that plus 7 hanging out there. And I could do a little bit of combining and simplifying here, because negative 20 and plus 7 can be put together. If I combine negative 20 and plus 7, I get negative 13. Negative 13 plus 4x. And that's as simple as I can make it. Now, let's uncover that negative 33, because it's still there, right? So this is an equation, so there's an equal sign. And that negative 33 has just been kind of hanging out on the left side. Now, if you notice, this is our two-step equation. What I've got is I'm at negative 33, and I need to get back to what my x value is going to be. So you look at that and say, all right, well, what are my inverse operations? Well, first of all, I have to undo that minus 13, so I'm going to add 13. And then I have to undo that 4, so I'm going to divide by 4, because it's 4 times x. All right, so let's go through and just do that, showing all these inverse operations. In fact, let's just erase those steps right there and organize it. So the first thing I'm going to do is add 13 to both sides. Negative 33 plus 13 is negative 20. The 13s on the right side cancel out, so you're just left with 4 times x. And to get rid of 4 times x, or to undo it, I have to divide by 4. So then I'm going to divide this side by 4, and that leaves me with x equals negative 5. So you see, the only thing that's different is that step right there, where you have to go through and simplify the right side first. Okay, otherwise everything is exactly the same. All right, let's go take a look at one that's a little bit different in that if there's variables on both sides. So let's take a look at let's try number 8. Okay, so number 8, you notice there's 2 different b values. Okay, there's a b value here and there's a b value here. Now, when you're solving these problems, what we have to do is we have to get the b's on the same side before I can start doing my inverse operations. So eventually that's what I'm going to do. But let's take a look at this. You know, on that previous problem up here, if we just go take a look at it real quick, the first thing we did on number 4 was we simplified the right side. We're going to do the same thing down here. Okay, let's take like that number 8 there. The right side of that equation, 1 minus 4b plus 5, that can be simplified a little bit. So I'm going to simplify that because I can combine the 1 and plus 5, which is going to give me 6. 6 minus 4b. Okay, so that is simplified, and I've still got the negative 4 minus 2b on the left side. So now what do I do at this point? Because I've got b's on both sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the b's on one of the sides. So I'm going to take this minus 4b, and I want to totally remove it from the right side. So if I've got minus 4b and I want to get rid of it, I don't want to leave the b there. I don't want to undo the b times negative 4. I want to get rid of the whole thing. So to do that, I'm going to add 4b to it. I've got 4 negative b's, 4 positive b's. Those are just going to cancel each other out. But remember, we compare our equations to a seesaw. Okay? If I add 4b to the right side, I've got to add 4b to the left side. And so that's going to give me, on the left side, I still have got this negative 4. And what's negative 2 plus 4? It's going to be a positive 2b. And I'm left with 6 on the right side. Well, once I get to this step right here, now it's just like the other problems. I need to now use my inverse operations. So the first thing I'm going to do in solving this problem is I'm going to add 4 to both sides. That's going to leave me with 2b on this side because the negative 4 plus 4 cancel each other out. On the right side, 6 plus 4 is 10. And now I've got 2 times b. And how do I undo a multiplication? I divide it. So then I have to divide both sides by 2. So that's going to leave me with b equals to 5. So this one, there was kind of 2 extra steps. The first extra step was simplifying the right side. And that second extra step was getting the variables on the same side. Once you do that, then it's just like the ones we've been doing in class. Now these will get slowly more complex. And so what I would recommend is if you want to give these a try, make sure you have your answer key out so you can kind of take a look and see what I'm doing. It says these standards are above grade 7 level, which is true, but I will tell you the exemplary problem on our test does involve some equations kind of like this. And also for those of you that are interested in possibly moving up to plus next year, which I know some people have expressed some interest, these are the types of equations that some of them are that we've been solving in 7+. And so this would be a really good kind of first step in that process.